and it's really fun. Ah, hot, hot. It wasn't that hot. I'm gonna need to get up though. Okay, I'm back. I've changed my trousers, or if I'm being honest, I've just taken my trousers off. This is Drinking by My Shelf. I'm Emma, and I'm going to be doing the book snob tag, which is a tag that I saw on British channel, but it's actually an original tag by Tia and All the Books. So I will link to that below. It's a really fun tag all about being snobby about books. Question 1, adaptation snob. Do you always read the book before seeing the movie? And the answer to this is actually no, it's kind of the other way around. So I definitely am an adaptation snob. I'm that person who always thinks the book is better than the movie. I have a whole video about movies that aren't better than books, and I will link to that, or the ones that people like commonly say are better than the book, but even those I don't agree. I basically always think the book is better. But for that reason, because I like the books more, if I read the book and then go see the movie, I will never enjoy the movie because I'll spend the whole time sitting there being like, this was different, this wasn't as good, they left this bit out, the characters weren't explored well enough, I'm that really annoying person to go to the cinema with. Whereas, if I see a movie and I enjoy the movie and then go read the book, I'll like the book even better because it's like you get a kind of overview of the story, and then with the book you get to like delve in deeper and meet these characters more and learn more about them. So actually, I do kind of prefer seeing the movie first. I don't usually deliberately hold off on the book to see the movie, but if it turns out that way round, I generally have a better time, so maybe I should start doing it on purpose. Question 2, format snob. You can only read one format for the rest of your life, physical books, ebooks or audiobooks. Which do you choose? And I'm going to say physical books because I like audiobooks, but I don't listen that often, and I sometimes find it quite hard to concentrate. Ebooks are really convenient. So if I was being sensible, I would say ebooks, because I do love the fact that I always have something to read, like no matter where I am, if I get stuck on a train or something, I can download something, I can read something. But I love physical books so much, and I love my collection so much, that if I had to choose, I would pick physical. Also, at the moment, I read physical so much more. I'm sure as time goes on, the future's going to change and we'll all be reading e all the time, but at the moment, I'm reading physical books like 80% of the time. Question 3, ship snob. Would you date or marry a non-reader? Well, reader, I did marry a non-reader. I would have always thought, before I did meet my husband, I would have always said no to this. I thought it was like number one priority is that whoever I date had to be interested in books because books are my number one passion. It turns out that I actually like it this way around, because first it means I get all of the bookshelf space. And also it's quite fun, like reading is my thing. He has his own things that he talks to me about, and reading is my thing that I talk to him about, and I tell him about the books I love and he'll listen. So yeah, it's like not what I imagined at all. I always imagined that I would end up with someone who loves books as much as I did, and we would like curl up reading by the fire and share our favourite books and all of that. And actually I think on the whole I prefer it this way around. Question 4, you have to ditch one genre and never read it again for the rest of your life. Which do you ditch? So it doesn't say whether it's supposed to be a genre that I like at the moment, because if not, it's quite easy. Like I would ditch sci-fi, I would ditch fantasy. I don't read either of those ever. So that would be easy. If it's that it's supposed to be a genre that I do actually read but I have to get rid of, I guess the next to go would be historical fiction. I guess it's kind of cheating because I don't read that much historical fiction, but there have been some historical fiction books that I've absolutely loved, so I would be sad to ditch that genre. But if it was like I had to pick one because I was being cursed, I would pick that one. Uber genre snob is you can only read from one genre for the rest of your life, and which do you choose? So that one I would say, and I don't know if this is kind of cheating, but I would say literary fiction, because within literary fiction you can get quite a lot of the other stuff in there, which is why I don't know if it's cheating, because it's not exactly a genre, but literary fiction is my favourite type of books to read in general, and I like that, you can have some kind of literary thrillers, or even like literary sci-fi, like gentle sci-fi, like The Age of Miracles, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think I would actually be fine. I'd be sad. I would miss my like psychological thrillers that are kind of my faves. But I think actually if I could only read literary fiction for the rest of my life, I would be fine. Number 6, community snob. Which genre do you think receives the most snobbery from the book community? I think romance, definitely. Maybe that's the most, is kind of not taken seriously as a genre. I think people can be very snobby about YA, that's not a genre, but about older people reading YA, which I don't really understand, because I don't read very much YA, to be honest, but I've read some YA books like The Hate You Give, like The Miseducation of Cameron Post, and these are really, really good books tackling really important issues. I think YA is often kind of leading the charge in terms of diversity and, you know, tackling these really political issues. So I don't think people should be snobby about YA. But yeah, that's not a genre, so I'm going to say romance. And finally, last question. That was a nice short tag. Question 7 is snobbery recipient. Have you ever been snubbed for something that you've been reading or for reading in general? Have I? I don't think I've ever been snubbed for reading in general. A lot of my friends really like reading as well, so it was never kind of a like, you're reading too much. I'm sure people have made fun of me in like a jokey way for things I've been reading. Like my sister and I got really into... Oh, can I reach them? Come on, Emily, you can do this. My sister and I got really into the Bras and Broomsticks books when we were like 16, 17. So definitely we got a bit of kind of teasing by our family for reading those when we were definitely too old for them. So I think it's just kind of jokey stuff. I don't think I've ever actually felt like my taste in reading wasn't considered good enough by anybody. Probably because I just hang out with nice people who would never make fun of someone like that. So that was the book snob tag. Thanks so much for watching, and do give this video a thumbs up if you agreed with any of that. Leave me a comment if you disagreed, and hit that subscribe button below for new videos twice every week. See you next time.